Hi. I had a weird epiphany a couple of days ago. I ordered these hoodies. I'd only had basically my red one. I think you've seen it probably in other videos or whatever. And I loved the red one. And I decided I wanted to buy a couple more because if I wanted to wash the red one, then I had to go back to some of my old standards. And I really wasn't as comfortable in those as I was in the red one. And I ordered it off eBay. I had to search for it because I can't remember where I bought the red one, which is really goofy, but, you know, I'm a guy. So I get both of them, and I, just looked at them. I said, great, I got burgundy, and I got this charcoal gray, and I'm a happy guy. So I have to go meet someone for lunch, a friend of mine for lunch. And so I meet my friend for lunch, and she says, hey, I've got this jacket here, this warm-up jacket. It says Syracuse on it. Y'all know I'm in the Syracuse, New York area. And do you know anyone who might like it? I said, well, actually, I might like it. Let's put it on. So I put it on, and it fits well. I said, oh, hey, this fits kind of nice. I think I like this. She says, great, it's yours. So I come home after the lunch, and I put on this one, which was, in the package. I open up the package, put it on, and I'm like, okay, wow. And I'm like, wow, that's really big, isn't it? And I put on the red one, and it was the same as this one. So then I went back and I put on the one that she had just given me, and I fit well. And it turns out this one here is 3X because my red one is 3X, but the jacket she gave me is an XL. And my mind kind of got blown because I haven't been able to wear XL in close to 20 years, if not more than 20 years ago. And I'm like, whoa, wait, what happened here? What happened is that I've lost 63 pounds, and in my mind, I still have the body of that person from 63 pounds ago instead of the body that I kind of have now. And the body I have now doesn't have to buy pants with a waist of 46, which I always had to buy because my thighs were too big, but I've always had to buy, larger size pants. And now I can wear a 40. And I was like, wow. And I hadn't been able to wear a 40 since, about 25 years ago. Oh my goodness, how do I keep dating myself like that? But still, that's what it is. And I thought, it's interesting how we see ourselves sometimes as opposed to what the reality might be. I've always hated looking at myself in mirrors because, as odd as it sounds, because I do these videos, I've always wondered, am I kind of like goofy looking or whatever? And the reason I've always thought that is because I always felt like I was the pudgy kid. Even though I played a lot of sports, I was always active, I always still thought I was kind of the pudgy kid. And when I went to college, I felt like I was the pudgy kid. And my first semester in college, I lost 23 pounds. And I still thought I was the pudgy kid, even though most of my clothes didn't fit me anymore. And I thought how weird that is, in looking back. And when I look in a mirror, I still see the pudgy guy, even though I've lost this weight, because I've got my dad's body. It sounds really weird. And I don't have the six-pack abs. I've done whatever I could. I used to do 500 crunches a day. And I never got even a two-pack. And then I read an article where the article said, it's not just crunches. If it was just crunches, babies would have six packs. And I said, oh, that's an interesting thing. But it's one of those kind of things where you have to ask the question, which I'm asking you, because I asked me, is how do you actually see yourself? I mean, what good things do you see about yourself and what bad things? And you have to be ready to acknowledge both of them. For instance, one of the good things I like to think about myself is that I'm not a dumb guy. I didn't want to say I'm intelligent, but okay, we'll go with that. I'm not a dumb guy. I'm very well read in a lot of different subjects. There's some I don't know. Geology, don't care. But I've read a lot of science books. I've read books on ethics. I've read books on psychology, history, mysteries. I have read, I've only read 3 Shakespeare books because most of the time I don't understand Shakespeare at all. I'm not going to lie. But the ones I read, I really understood and I enjoyed. So I'm well read. I like to think I'm compassionate. I was on the board of an organization for 13 years, 14 years, that works with disabled people in the community to help them live independently. And I was on the board of that organization for a long time. I have volunteered in some other things. These days, well, I have mom, so I don't volunteer for anything, but there's another one. You know, mom's got dementia, and I've made her my full-time job. So my real career is my part-time job. That's how it goes. And I try to see the good in people, which was really pushed in 2016, but I try to see the good in people. What are the bads? Well, you know what? I make some quick decisions. Oddly enough, I'm rarely wrong, but it's still one of those kind of things where maybe I shouldn't do that. I still kind of keep myself to myself. It's easy doing videos because it's just me sitting in front of a camera. But if I go to networking meetings, I usually stand off in a corner if I don't know anybody and wait for a while and, gauge the crowd. And if I don't feel comfortable, I will leave within 10 minutes. I don't mind. I eat out a lot by myself. I used to invite people, but I didn't get as many people to come, and I just said, you know what, I'm not going to bother anymore. So, you have to kind of look at what you think are your strengths and try to build on those, and look at your weaknesses and try to decide, is this something that I'm good with, or is this something I need to work on? For instance, I don't know how to swim. Never learned how to swim, but I'm good with it. Don't care. I'm not going in any pools. I'm not going in any lakes or oceans. Not going to happen. So that's something I'm very weak at. I know nothing about cars except how to drive them. I don't know where to put the stuff. The windshield washer stuff, I have no idea where that goes in my car, but that's okay because I'll take it up to someone else and I'll pay them to do it. So I'm good with that. But if I didn't know how to write my articles, or I didn't know how to sit in front of a camera and speak, and it was something I really wanted to do, that would bother me. Not saying I'm perfect, but it's not bad. But think about your own life. What things do you say about yourself that you actually believe that aren't really true? Do you think you're not as smart as other people? Do you think you don't look as good as other people? Have you either gained a lot of weight or lost a lot of weight and you look at yourself and you feel like, oh my God, I'm just this loser? Not a loser. Maybe you have to make some changes. Maybe you've already made all the changes and you don't acknowledge it or you don't recognize it. But how do you feel about you? That's what today's about. My name is Mitch Mitchell. Like, subscribe, click the button if you like this. I'd like to talk to y'all later.